one which I didn't like on the video, actually. How would you improve the Instagram stories? Because I think that the question was answered in the video. We were talking completely irrelevant. That is my point of view, like that the interviewee did not answer the question kind of in a way.
Actually, I also took a look at video, and I liked, like, like at some point she didn't clarify why why she thinks the way why she thought the way she thought. Yes, so I think that was the main problem for her. But yeah, let's discuss this.
Because I want you to improve it from the user point of view. So like to concentrate on the user. So let's say that from the user point of view, how you would improve Instagram stories.
Okay, yeah, I remember, if I'm not mistaken, she was talking about business point of view, right?
Yes, and
Yeah,
that's what I didn't kind of like that.
Yeah. So, okay, let's start first of all. I'm not sure if there is something that I need to clarify, but okay, let's start with questions. So, first of all, do I understand it correctly that we want to think about, so how would you improve Insta stories? So we don't have any particular goals, business goals here, right? We are focusing like only on users, and we don't focus on business goals. Okay,
Yeah.
business goals.
So we want overall, like if you want to translate in business, concentrate on retention.
Retention, yeah.
But overall we want users.
Okay, so what else I'm thinking about? So do I understand correctly that we are talking about both experience like for creators and just for viewers, or should we focus only on creators, or should we focus only on viewers?
So you need to define the audience that you think would kind of be the most beneficial kind of to bring these improvements to. So like most influential.
And do we know about specific pain points that we want to improve, or we just like brainstorm?
I want you to identify.
Okay.
I want you to identify them, yes.
Okay, so let's start first of all from users, sorry. So in this case, we have two types of users. First of, we have creators, content creators. Second, we have viewers. And possible third time of users, it's actually someone who, like who is influencer, who is blogger, and who actually want to create also stories, to attract new users, to buy advertisements. Yes, and they're kind of really important. Like this is an important segment of creators. I would say this is one sub-segment of creators. Yes, businesses and influencers. Okay. So let's think about the flow, how exactly, like what exactly users should do in order to create a story, right? So when we create, we click on the button plus create story, plus button. We have to choose photo, and then we can add additional features. Not features, add elements like, I don't know, we can add time, we can add questionnaire, we can add poll, we can add, a lot of different stuff. Yeah, elements. Yes. Also, there are a lot of different editing tools in Instagram, and we can use these editing tools. And here we have one difference, like between just elements and editing tools, that when you use those tools, you actually have to, it's not so easy as just to take an element, and just put it there on your stories. You have kind of work on your, I don't know, draw something, or maybe kind of, I don't know, just put more efforts into it. Yeah, put more efforts into it. Yes. So actually, for example, I open it. I use Instagram stories right now much more than it was before, because I'm trying to create my blog. So I'm just trying to think about pain points, what is annoying me. So for example, for me, you know, it's really hard that I don't have kind of templates on Instagram that I can use, because each and every time I have to think about the way that I can actually, you know, people, like, let's say viewers or people who usually just follow someone, yeah, and they don't create content on their own, they they get used to extremely beautiful professional content, right? And for someone who is not paying to someone else, to SMM or designer, you know, for this content, it can be extremely hard to actually build something beautiful. Yeah, so for example, for me, this is exactly the situation when I open my Instagram stories creation tool, yeah, and I have no idea how exactly what is the best way to post it, yeah, because I don't have beautiful pictures and I'm lazy to make beautiful pictures, or, you know, to put makeup to do it, or something like that. And I just have to use all the time the same templates that I have in my gallery, right? But it can be really boring to someone who follows me. Yeah, so like I already found one pain point that I
So
don't.
that's for creators.
Yes, that's for creators, yes. But I'm kind of thinking of how right now I'm a creator, right? And I'm thinking, yes, as a creator, so there is no template. The second pain points, as I see as a creator, for example, I don't have a clear tool to build the roadmap of stories, you would say so, right? Right now we have an idea that storytelling in Instagram is extremely popular, because, you know, it's not interesting to someone when you just say to them, you know, one fact. It's much interesting to people to view your stories when you actually create a story, yes. And this is like, that means that you have to build, I don't know, let's say 10 or 15 different stories that, you know, create, like, one by one, create one full story. Yeah, and we don't have anything in Instagram, you know, in order to support it. So we have drafts here, right? But it's not the same. It's not so easy to, you know, to navigate between those drafts. And one important point, they have bugs there, you know. When I save something in draft, when I open the draft feature again, the draft screen again, it's just black, so I cannot see what exactly I created. I can see a lot of different black cards, and I have no idea, like, I have to open this card in order to find out what exactly, you know, I did there. Yeah, so I would say the second is product, like, stories roadmap. So okay, what else? If we think about something that is also kind of pain point for me as a creator, is that, first of all, you know, like, I'm really sad when I see, for example, that no one reacted on my story or something like that. This is the first thing. And the second pain point here is also that, for example, if we can boost, look, if reels, for example, can be seen not only by your followers but other people too. Stories, like, for stories, it's not possible, right? We cannot boost it organically. We can only create advertisement, and this is the only way how other people that are not connected to you can see your story. So I would add that, you know, like, maybe, like, the third pain point is that only your followers can see your story. And the fourth pain point for me is that not so many people react on my, you know, like, on my stories, and I feel really sad about it. Yeah. So not a lot of people. Okay, so we talked about creators. Let's think about viewers. Yes, so if you're thinking about viewers, our flow is like that, you know, like, we just open, like, Instagram, we see a lot of different circles, you know, like, or on the top of our screen. Yes, so like open, see circles. And then we just start to, I wouldn't say dumb scroll, yes, but to surf between stories and so on, yes, to look around and so on. So here, like if I think as a viewer, actually, more or less, I like it, just because usually I see the content that was created by my friends or someone who actually I'm interested in, like I follow a lot of different doctors. Yeah, I see their stories too with useful information. Yes, but if I think about pain points, like sometimes it can be annoying, when we see that like, okay, for what is really annoying to me, like that sometimes I don't see stories of my friends just because of Instagram algorithm, that and I think it can be real, like it for someone it can be extremely annoying. So the first thing is that I don't see stories of my friends. And the second, if we think about it, I think right now Instagram, they really over, like I think they put too much effort into advertisement. And after 3 stories of your friend, you for sure will see like some advertisements, and it can be for some, like it can be the reason to quit from Instagram. So yeah, I would say the advertisement, it's real pain point for someone who you, because you don't, I understand that you actually like kind of from one side you don't pay for the product, it's freemium, yes, and you kind of Instagram have to earn money from you, but at the same time, like it's just one of the reasons why Instagram can lose like people who actually like daily active users. Yes. Also, the third type of users is business or influencers. And if you think about it, like I wouldn't say that they are different from creators. The only reason they're different from creators, where they're different from creators, is just about creator advertisements. And I don't have much experience with it, but I could say that for me it wasn't really clear how exactly could I specify my specific target audience. So for me, I understand that there are a lot of different we had, if I'm not mistaken, 3 different filters for this. Like I had to provide hashtags, I had to provide age of my target audience and location, right? But for example, like it's not anyway, like someone who is, for example, interested in business analyst, product manager or something like that, there is no way for Instagram to know it, for example, just because like from hashtags or something, like so I don't believe that it's really helps me to identify my target audience. So like I would say that the pain point here is to target audience. Okay, focus. Do you have any questions so far?
No, so far I think all clear. Just keep in mind our goal, the retention.
Yeah, the retention, of course. So if we think about retention, what is it? By the way, I am not sure if you read it, but today I actually also take a look at an article about Duolingo, how exactly they improved user.
Yeah, I read.
Wow, that was so cool. I really liked it. Yeah. So if you think about retention, yes, we need to be sure that people that use our product, that first of all they will love our product, and that we will bring value to them, and that it will be something unique. So I would say that value and something unique, it's extremely useful. So first of all, if you think about it, it's for me, it's very strange that Instagram still doesn't have templates for stories, right? So yes, so first of all, okay, just a moment, let me stop. First of all, I want to say that for retention, maybe it will be strange, but no, it's not strange. I want to focus on creators. If we're talking about user segments, I want to focus on creators. The reason behind this is, if there is no perfect, interesting content in Instagram, we will have no viewers. people come here, you know, to relax, to see something interesting that they can, I don't know, that they can view and maybe find out more information about something, yeah, or just enjoy or just relax. So I think that we should focus on creators who can actually create something unique, because right now with machine learning, with AI technologies, it will be even harder to create something, you know, really from yourself, yeah, and it will be even harder to differentiate between cool, unique content from real users and just nice content from AI. Yeah, so I think we need to focus on creators, and we want to make sure that they can actually create something cool, unique, and do it quickly and easy. By the way, one of my
Excuse me, do it weekly?
Huh?
Do it weekly? Or what did you say? Maybe
quickly.
quickly, sorry. Sorry. Let's do it quickly. Why weekly?
Sorry, no, quickly, because exactly one of my pain points that sometimes I can spend an hour, you know, just to put, I don't know, different emojis, text, and so on, you know, to choose font, and it for me it's so strange, you know, that Instagram doesn't have some.
No, I like your flow. I like how you think. It's good.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so let's focus on creators. We said that first of all, there is no template, and I would prioritize this feature. I think it's extremely important. So the pain point, there is no template. What exactly could we provide to our user? So in this case, for template, first of all, there are a lot of, you know, there are a lot of different features that, there are a lot of different apps that actually can somehow, you know, make content more, I don't know, easily, like more beautiful, you know, more interesting and so on. For example, there is Pixar, there is Lightroom, there is Leto. This is for editing, you know, like typing. Yeah, so on my you know, on my point of view, it could be cool if Instagram could either integrate those features, or if they could collaborate with, you know, like with a big huge, like for example with app like Lightroom. And I think it could be so cool just to think about it. Both of those like, you know, both of those app, they actually, you know, their main audience is someone who creates something, right? And they have a huge user base, and with collaboration, as we can see, collaboration is extremely good way to improve your product and to attract new users. So first of all, I would say that first of all, the first feature, it will be add more templates. For example, like I'm thinking about something like Unsplash, you know. Unsplash, it could be, if they integrate something like Unsplash into Instagram, it could be much easier for content creators just to find out something beautiful, you know, like they don't need to go to Unsplash, to Pinterest, or to another platform. They can just do everything on Instagram and save their time. Yeah, so like first of all, I would say add more templates as in Unsplash. The second thing I would suggest to Instagram is maybe to collaborate with editing tool, with editing product like Lightroom. The third thing, so I'm not sure how easy it could be, but you know, like when I think about pain point of stories roadmap, I just imagine, you know, like kind of Figma style, you know, where you can actually put all your stories at one place, and then you kind of can, you know, just create an arrow or connection between those stories, right? So that you can build a flow and you can visualize how exactly. First of all, it will give you an opportunity to see everything, like, you know, how exactly it will, like, not only you will take a look not only at one stories, but how exactly the whole picture will look like. And it can be very, very like important for, you know, for content creators. Yeah, so I would say that I would think about visualizing something like Figma yes, dashboard or create dashboard. By the way, right now when we are talking, while we are talking about it, I also found out one really huge pain point is that users cannot create stories from laptop, or they cannot create stories from, like, it's not so easy to create it from iPad. I tried, but I never liked it. Yes, but from laptop, for example, when you are I don't know, professional content creator, you usually have everything in Lightroom, or you have high quality images, and you usually save those things on your laptop, and then you have to transfer it onto your iPhone and so on and work with it. Yeah. But if Instagram had an option to to share everything from the laptop, it could be much easier for users, I think. Yeah, because for example, posts I share from my laptop and not from my by the way, it's also very good because, for example, when I have text written in my drafts, or something that is already ready, on laptop I just can make a, I don't know, two screens at one screen, to split view. I have split view, yes, and then I can just copy text and paste it quite easily. Yet into Instagram could copy paste it quite easily, but I can't, unfortunately, yeah, because we don't have this feature. So I would say the fourth feature, it will be add an option to create stories on laptop. Yes. Okay. And by the way, in this case, dashboard for stories roadmap could be much interesting features when you use it actually on your laptop, right? Yes. Also, we had the pain point that only your followers can see your stories. I wouldn't concentrate on this one right now, because actually, if you buy advertisement, then not only your followers can see your story. And for Instagram, it wouldn't be very smart, to share your stories to everyone, because there's their way, to take your money, to ask you to pay money. Yes, so it's not really smart for them to to make it free for you. So I think it's not something profitable for them. And not a lot of people react on my stories. So I think here in this case, we could also think, about gamifying this experience, about somehow adding new emojis or reactions that could actually, connect person behind, creator with viewers. But to be honest with you, I would firstly concentrate on make it easier and quicker to create for creators to create content, and make it more interesting and beautiful to to viewers. And then I would add reactions, because when if your stories are in bad quality or poor quality, or they're not interesting, no one will react even with perfect, extremely cool emojis. They will just don't care, and they will swipe your stories, and that's all. Yeah. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 features. And okay, so we prioritize that we want to focus on creators, and we also have 4 features there that we said. Add more templates, as in Unsplash, for example. Collaborate with editing tool, for example, like Lightroom tool. Add more tools, editing tools into Instagram, exactly. We could say that dashboard for stories. We could add dashboard for stories, and we could add an option to create stories on laptop. So if I think about it, currently, I want to prioritize what exactly should we take for MVP, let's say. So yes, and when prioritizing, I want to think about impact, how much, and how many efforts, how much time it will take, to actually implement this feature. Time. And then we will have the decision. Okay, so add more templates. I think impact of it can be extremely good. especially if it will be, you know, someone with something with machine learning technologies that will show you, like after few first uses, that will show you exactly those templates that you like, you know, that can actually help you. Yeah. Or if, for example, they will have AI tool that, you know, like that will understand on basis of your first choice, it will understand what exactly will be good, you know, to add into your next story. So for example, you have chosen pink, and then based on the, I don't know, Pantheon, no, stop, I don't remember, you know, like this color palette where you can see, for example, 5 colors that are good with each other, that goes together quite alone, quite cool. Yeah, so based on this information, they could provide you with extremely interesting, beautiful templates. Yeah, so like I think that the impact here could be huge. Time implementation, I wouldn't say that, like it depends. If without machine learning technology, I know that integration of something like Unsplash takes just up to 2 weeks because I worked with it and I know that it's not it's not so high. Yeah, and for MVP, for example, we could integrate just Unsplash and then we could add AI ML technologies model, right? So I would say that time is low, and
I
decision.
think it's okay. I think that this is not relevant to this question. That's
Yeah.
actually it's yeah. I think it's fine that you identify and put priority and also time wise, because I need to have in 20 minutes.
No worries. Yes. Okay.
But in general, I would say that probably I'm not sure. It also depends, but like you need to kind of to see the time you have left and leave the time for your question. Just a suggestion overall.
Yes.
So, and I think that for this particular question, I don't think that they would want you to go to that details. I would rather say like, yes, I want, let's say, in order to have a priority, I would consider time of implementation, and that's it. I think it's like good to add and not go to the details. That's my feedback. But I mean, like, do you want to summarize in general, not summarize your answer because you did all in general, like how it went?
So I
You
actually
feel?
liked it. You know, like when we started, I was afraid that I wouldn't have ideas or something like that, because actually when you start working on huge product like Instagram, you always think, oh my God, it's not possible to add more features to it. But actually when you start analyzing, you think, oh my God, they could improve so many stuff. Yeah, so like overall I liked it. Maybe I could also talk about pitfalls and trade-offs, but unfortunately there is no time. Yes, and it's my mistake that I just went into too much details here, but overall I really liked it. Yeah.
So let me give you my feedback. So overall, I also like that, first of all, that you were clarifying at the beginning. Then I like that you told the flow overall on how it went, how it goes, and then you divided all the target audience or whatever, like all our kind of audience into like 3 groups, and then you described the pain point of each. And all the time, and this is, I think, very important, that you always explain why, like you always explain why you did this or that choice. And yeah, so that's, I think, is very important. So like when you tell like I want to do this or this, you all the time told why. So this why is kind of important. You had it. Yeah, so that was good. The only one thing that you miss, and I think that you wouldn't, but I mean, you need to keep having this all the time in your interview, is the mission of the company,
Oh,
mission of the
yeah.
company, mission of the company, and mission of the product. You were talking about like Instagram wants to create unique experience and so on. But at the beginning, you should have kind of, specified, even if it's like obvious, you just like keep repeating it so you don't forget. So like like that's like your point is like mission of the company, mission of this product, and that's why we do these things like that. So that's only my
I totally forgot about it. Maybe because like we had already this kind of like with Shiryan, yes, and
yeah, that's the thing. So that's kind of like when you're missing something that is obvious,
Yes.
Sometimes you can miss it on the time when you shouldn't miss. So like you should keep repeating it, so you know, to have it all the time. So
Yeah.
but overall I like it. So I
Thank you.
even though